Dragon Riders, Kaze no Kaeru, by Night Dragon Zero. Nala's perspective. I admit, your friend is a very interesting study, Blaine said. Really? I'm honored, Riot grinned. Yes, you science people would jump at the chance to study an extinct Pokemon, I agreed. I'll take that as a compliment then, Blaine replied. By the way, how's my nephew been doing? Oh, Jade? Well, the others say he's back to normal. What counts as him being normal, at least, I told him. I heard he's still got some pyrokinetic powers. Yes, he nearly burnt down my lab the last time, Blaine sighed. It pretty much makes him a Charizard Chimera, I said. A Chimera like the rest of us. Even Chris is now a Scyther Chimera. They're not actual Chimeras like Hazuki and me, but they closely resemble one in terms of genetic makeup. That can be good or bad, depending, Riot commented. Well, we have to get going, Riot. We're supposed to meet with the others later, remember? Chris's perspective. How you all doing? I asked, kneeling down as Luminar, Riptide, and Urges came running to greet us. We were at Koga's gym in Fuchsia City, where I'd sent the three of them for additional training. It had taken a while, but eventually I'd gotten used to being human again after so long. Only difference was that my eyes retained the blue tint and somewhat Scyther-like appearance, and I'd been told by everyone that I was now considered a Scyther Chimera. I'd missed out on a lot, too. Everyone had different ways of coping with our losses, and mine was to go out and practice with my katana. I'd needed a lot of time to myself, but Night Slice had always insisted on coming with me. He always stood silently by my side, as he was now. We're great, Chris, Luminar replied, licking my hand. This is a real cool place, but how about the others? Dracia in particular? Urges cut in. She's still feeling about Mirage? She's not taking it too well, I'm afraid, Night Slice said softly. The scars may have healed, but the soul will take time to recover. I'm sorry about that. Riptide put a webbed hand on the Electabuzz's shoulder. I know you really cared about Mirage. I'll be alright, Urges replied. Everyone's always saying how things happen for a reason, and I believe that too. Words of wisdom, Riptide nodded. Guys, do you mind staying here longer? I asked. Hey, you don't need to lie to us, Luminar barked. We know you just don't want us to get into any more trouble after all that. Guys, we understand too, Riptide continued. Just take care of yourself, Chris. And you too, Night Slice, Urges finished. Thanks, I smiled, giving each one a hug. I'll see you around. Night Slice, too, gave each one the Pokemon equivalent of a handshake. We left the three of them running around in the field and walked back into the gym. Koga was standing in the doorway with arms folded, waiting patiently. I gestured with my eyes towards the other Pokemon. I understand, the gym leader nodded. They're in good hands. Just take care of yourselves. I know, I replied, tapping the sword by my side. She's in good hands too, Night Slice grinned. Claws at least. Dracia's perspective. I glanced out across the ocean, fingering the pendant around my neck. I'd spent much of my time alone, pushing myself away from the others. However, there was one I couldn't escape from. Stop blaming yourself, Dracia. You can't go on like this. Sarek, I muttered. What can I do? I got Mirage killed, and I got you killed too. I'm not actually dead, at least. My soul is in here with you. You still saved me. No, it was the pendant. I messed up. My friend, your soul is still tormented. Please, let me into it. The soul can be healed with time, should you choose for it to. Perhaps sometime later. The others had been pretty shocked when they found out about Sarek and me, but no one had been able to come up with a reasonable explanation for it. Sarek was quiet most of the time, and it was easy to forget that she was there. Hey, Dracia! Nala was on Riot's back, descending towards me. Say hi to her if you don't mind. Sarek says hi, I repeated. Nala did her best to put on a smile, despite my troubled face. Anyway, everyone's meeting up in a while. Are you coming? Dracia, for once, why don't you go? I'll consider it, Nala. Thank you for your concern, I decided. I understand, Dracia, Nala replied. We're not forcing you anyway. Well, see you around. I watched the pair depart and turn towards the ocean. Perhaps I could go out there, across the endless ocean. Perhaps I could find some peace, way out there. I'll always be here for you, as sure as the setting sun. Sarek. Night Slice's perspective. So, what is it you wanted to show us, Chris? Jade asked. This was the first gathering we'd had since the battle with Kaze. Jade and Firestorm stood to one side, Hazuki, Nala, and Riot beside them. We'd chosen a cliffside overlooking the sea as our gathering place. It was a beautiful view, too, watching the sun setting across the olivine coast. Night Slice and Storm should remember this, Chris said, pulling a large book out of her backpack. Wasn't that the book where we first read about the legend of the dragon gods? Firestorm gasped. Yes, the Prophet's book, Chris replied. Remember how its pages filled up as you two got your sacred and forbidden techniques? Well, I thought of taking a look now, but I wanted to wait for everybody first. We're all here, so can we get on with this? Hazuki asked excitedly. Heh, all right. Chris sat down and reached for the first page. Here we go. Hello, people! Everyone nearly jumped out of their skin as a green dragon whelp teleported into the middle of our circle. Unfortunately, it had also given Chris such a scare that she had unintentionally thrown the book. Our party stared as it landed with a soft splash in the sea. Zion! Firestorm screamed, recognizing the legendary psychic dragon. Oops, did I scare you lot? Yes! Everybody yelled. Great going, Zion, I growled. Now we're never going to find out what was written in there. Anyway, you weren't supposed to be peeking at the end, Zion laughed. So, you ready for your next big adventure? You say it as if it were so easy, Firestorm sighed. Well, it would be if a certain pair of Pokemon hadn't totally lost our sacred and forbidden powers. Firestorm and Night Slice sweat dropped. But why should you worry about it, chap? Riot asked. Because he lost my planeswalking ability! Anyway, I'm here to tell you that the next battle is about to begin, Zion said. Man, don't we get a break? I muttered. Sorry, I have orders from the great white arrow in the sky. Huh? All heads turned up. Never mind, Zion sighed. Can't you people get a joke when you hear one? I don't think I want to know, Nala replied. Zion then turned his head away from us. They'll be all right, he said out loud. He didn't look as if he were addressing us, and I was about to ask why when I remembered he was telepathic. Sorry, old Grix is getting worked up again. The psychic dragon got back to us. Anyway, I can give you a little lift, but that's it. You'll have to figure out the rest on your own. Well, guys? Chris asked. No words were exchanged, but the grins and nods were universal. It was time for the next frontier. Author's notes. And so, Season 2 is at its end. Once again, I'd like to extend my words of thanks to you for reading and all your support. I realize how far I've progressed in terms of my writing, but it's always said that the best is yet to be. Rest assured, I won't be quitting anytime soon. The Dragon Riders will be back again sometime, though under a different name, Dragon Realms. Watch out, you'll never know what surprises await. In the meantime, you might just want to check out United We Stand by Theo Blitzlung, who's given me a lot of support throughout all this, plus letting me use some of his characters. The Dragon Riders will be appearing in his fic, so give it a read. Until next time, I'll see you in Dragon Realms. Gregory Steven /NightDragon0